All right, what's good, YouTube? Today I'm coming on real quick. I ain't got a title for the video because I really ain't planning on going live. But I realized that I probably made an ass out of myself, so I wanna just real quick just talking about that Twitter stuff I was just on, talking about rioting and looting and stuff. You know, it was a black man that got killed by the police today, and I normally tell myself when this stuff happen, I need to see all the facts of the details before I start talking about what's the truth and what's not the truth of it. But I probably made an ass out of myself though, making an assumption out of this one. Like I thought they probably just shot an unarmed black man for whatever reason in Chicago or whatever. But that wasn't the case. Well, I don't know. Either way though, I just saw a video, and so I was making my own little remarks and comments about it and stuff. And basically, what I was talking about was, looting and all that stuff though. And that's what I want to talk about though. It's like I said, I was watching a video about it. Said a black man got killed. That was the only video I seen. And so I made an assumption saying, like, damn, they must have killed an unarmed black man. But then I watched another video they were just talking about, and they said it was actually, I read it at first, and they said it was domestic violence incident or whatever, which I already knew, could have been, iffy anyway. But they came out with another video, and they was talking about what happened and all that. And they was saying it was a lady who has a history of mental illness and all that or whatever. And she was into it basically with the man she was with. I think it was actually her husband. And they 7-year-old son or her 7-year-old son, I don't know if their kid was together, but their kid called the police because of what was happening up in the fight or whatever. So the police came or whatever. And I guess what they were saying was she had a knife and he took it from her. But as soon as he took it, the police came in and thought maybe he was about to kill her or something, so they shot him or whatever. And so in that, I feel like I kind of made an assumption like they probably killed an unarmed black man or something like that. And I still ain't trying to justify what they saying though, because like I said too in that Twitter post though, it's been cases where these Caucasians been out here with their guns shooting in front of the police, and the police still don't kill them. Don't even shoot at them sometimes. So I ain't finna just sit up here and say like I was totally wrong for saying what I said. Basically assuming and making assumptions about something without fully knowing the facts. But still, like I'm saying, for him just to have a knife in his hand, for them to just kill him like that, even though he wasn't the aggressor, most likely, because like I said, they say she had a history of mental illnesses and all that. I don't know how to feel about that. Like I said, every time the police kill somebody, they not wrong and they not right every time they do it. Like with a lot of these cases, if I'm the police and I see you got a gun and you about to kill me or kill somebody else, and it's my job to stop you, then I might just have to kill you. So that's what I'm saying. Like in this case, like I don't know if they were like really in fear for their life. They use it so much. Like it's like you don't know when they crying wolf about it or not, because they always talk about they fearing for their life. So now when they actually probably did fear for their life, not like I'm saying this is just a knife though, and they've seen these Caucasian dudes and women being out here blasting stuff in front of them, and they still won't kill them. So I'm just thinking about all that. And I'm like, I don't know. They probably could have feared for their life, but still, like I'm saying, this is another way they probably could have handled it. If it was an old man, if he's 61 years old, well, I don't know. A lot of people nowadays older, but they looking younger though. So he probably could have been a little bit older, but whatever. Maybe he did look a little older. Like I'm saying though, it was an older man with a knife, and he ended up dead. Even though, from what I was seeing, he wasn't the aggressor in the case of what I was reading and all that. What I seen on the little news article, the videos I was reading about it. So that's kind of what I'm talking about a little bit though. Because like I said, I might have made an ass out of myself making an assumption, calling people to go loot for a reason that doesn't need to be looted for. See what I'm saying? And at the same time too, that's I keep forgetting that we do have a black mayor in this city, and I don't agree with everything she do. I really don't agree with her lifestyle with the LGBT stuff, but I know because she's not only a woman but a black woman, it's people that want her to fail already off back. And not just even being a black woman mayor, just the way she keep her hair. Like she normally got an afro. Well, I don't say normally got an afro. She has an afro. She always had an afro since I seen her. There's a lot of people that really just don't like her, don't like the way she look. Probably just, period, just don't like her at all, just for whatever reason. So calling for people to loot the city, it kind of be bad on, I ain't gonna say it'll be bad on her, but it will put more on her plate that she would have to deal with. And that is kind of bogus for me to, call for some loot and stuff if it really ain't even called for. And then this black mayor gonna be having these Caucasians send up her face talking about something, oh look, this is just more you letting the city get out of hand and blah blah blah. So I don't know. I mean, all around I feel like I don't know. Like I said, man, he just had a knife, so they probably could have found a different way to deal with the situation or whatever. Maybe I just got out the shower and put on some deodorant since it's sitting right here. I forgot to put some on when I get out. But like I was saying though, then what was I about to say? Damn, it's hot in here too. What I was saying though, if I was wrong for making an assumption, whatever, calling for people to destroy the city, I think that's a bad look on my part, seeing that we do have a black mayor and all this stuff, and we are supposed to be so pro-black. We should want to help her make the city better and stuff. I think that's what Kanye West was talking about with Donald Trump one time. He was trying to say, since Donald Trump the president, we should want him to live a good life and all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to talk about that too much though, because Kanye got his views and people are entitled to have their views. As a matter of fact, I'm speaking on it. I'm gonna get on something today, but I don't feel the same way about Donald Trump that I do about Lori Lightfoot though. Not just because she black, but because, like I said, a lot of people want her to feel off back just because she black and because she's a woman, because of the way they think she should probably. Because it's some people probably out there that want her to put on a wig, and I appreciate the fact that she don't, because she literally living her true self. So I mean, more power to her for real. But like I was saying, I can't really feel that same way about Donald Trump though, because just seeing like he's like obviously racist. Like, how could you defend somebody like that? So I don't know. I think I can apply that in the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot's case, but I don't think that same case can be made for a black person trying to say, "Well, Donald Trump's our president. We should want him." Da da da. No, black slaves went to fight for Abraham Lincoln in the Civil War, and some did fight for the Donald Trump type dude. So just because he in power and he the president, I mean, you got to fight for him. Some people are willing to fight against him to get free. So that's just the way I view that. But what was I gonna say too? Yeah, too. I was gonna say this. It is kind of hypocritical, for me calling for the looting and stuff. And I do have a business or whatever that I've been trying to get off the ground and stuff. And so for me calling for people to be looting and stuff, I know that probably look like, well, what if he started a business and we go take all this stuff and da da da. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, the way I be thinking, my ideas of looting is way different from everybody else's. I think half of these dudes out here just want to run in these stores, get clothes and shoes and all that. If I go looting, I want to hit a bank and hit up all these ATMs. Now, I'm not saying let's go in the bank and hurt people, hurt the bank tellers and stuff like that, because I know some bank tellers and all that. I know they'll probably be mad listening to me say something like this, but I don't think they should get hurt. I just, if they know like what's going on and all that, they should want us to have the money. Like, they should be like, take it, like, bye. Like, so that's just my idea of looting. I don't want to go loot for materialistic items. If we gonna loot, let's hit this bank. Like, why is this bank still sitting up here and y'all done burn down Walgreens? That ain't make sense to me. But either way though, now I was about to get into something else. Damn. Yeah, too. Yeah, I was reading something. Matter of fact, let me go to that. I put another thing on Twitter too. I was talking about this dude, Cole Beasley. He was talking about the vaccine and all this stuff. And I just noticed how they respond to them differently than when black people talking about it. Like, when black people talking about it, they down there making you seem like you crazy. Like, if you even ask a question about it. But it was this dude though, Cole Beasley, on my little Twitter I was talking about the vaccine and all that stuff. And I think he telling the truth about it. But I don't think that him and his people should be the only ones who are allowed to tell the truth about it without being attacked the way we being attacked. So let me look at this article that I was reading real quick, because I seen something crazy in it. And this dude was talking about Kyrie Irving. And I really hate really taking up for a lot of these athletes. I won't even say taking up, because they got enough money to they probably don't even know who I am, probably don't even care who I am, don't care if I take it for them, don't care what I say about them. So I don't even like taking up for them. But I think Kyrie is one of the ones who be talking that real stuff. Like, some of the stuff I don't agree with what he's saying. Like, I forgot what he was talking about a while back, but I was just like, nah, I don't agree with that. But I think all in all, Kyrie mostly be on point with the stuff he be talking about. But either way, though, it was this article I was reading though, and it came out the Daily Dot. And like I said, they talking about Kyrie. And they ain't finna read the whole thing over again. But I seen this though, and they're talking about the article. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all the name of it. It's called "Why Kyrie Irving Suddenly Supercharged the NBA's Anti-Vax Movement." And basically, They basically talking about like how Kyrie is pretty much being a troublemaker in the NBA, causing the other players to be rebellious or whatever. And so I was looking at this, and this dude sitting up here trying to make a case to my son. This is what he said. Me seeing the U.S. surpass 700,000 deaths from COVID-19 this week and reading about NBA players being reluctant to take a shot that can greatly reduce the transmission of a deadly virus. And he put a little Malcolm X little gif up there where Malcolm X was, I guess this was a movie, and he was mad about something. I forgot what scene it was, whatever, but he pounded on the table. So he put that up there to show if like Malcolm X would have been mad about this or something. And like we all know damn well Malcolm X wouldn't have took no vaccine. But either way though, going down to the article, I want to show y'all that. Like I said, this whole article is basically talking about how black people don't want to take the vaccine and how people like Nicki Minaj and Kyrie Irving shouldn't be saying anything about it. Like they should only say they want to take it. That's basically what all these major news networks, basically all they saying is black people shouldn't say nothing about the vaccine. You should only say you want to take it, and if you ain't saying that, you shouldn't say nothing else. And at a point, I do kind of get them though, because from that point, what they saying is like we in the middle of a medical health emergency and blah 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 blah. And so they could be right about that. I mean, I ain't gonna say they could be right because at the end of the day, we know the truth about what's going on with all this stuff. But I think a lot of them are coming from a good place with what they trying to say about it, but I think they just straight up being tricked. Like they don't see what we see in this. They don't see that this is the mark of the beast. They keep forgetting about the Tuskegee experiment and all this stuff, but we see all this stuff, keep this in the back of our mind and just add it up to all the facts of what we know and what we about to know about it. So then what was I saying? I was going to say, I think most of them are coming from a good place with what they saying about the vaccine. I think a lot of them saying like we shouldn't say nothing about it because we ain't health experts and we can be causing people to die if we suddenly convince them to listen to us over a doctor. I mean, and so I get that they coming from a good place, but all the doctors keep saying when I keep reading all these articles and they keep talking about this vaccine and they keep talking about, matter of fact, I just had some open the other day. Let me go to it. I sent it to myself in the email, so I'm gonna have to go to my email real quick. So hold on. I mean, I already told y'all this anyway though, but I'm just gonna. Damn, man, I saved it on this computer, as a matter of fact. I should be able to find it, though. Hold on real quick. It was an article from this site called PolitiFact. Let me just type in vaccine misinformation, because I bet it'll probably come up, because this is how they label it. This is how stupid they are. Like, all right, yeah, it came right up to. And it's called 10 Facts. It's on PolitiFact. It's called 10 Types of COVID-19 vaccine misinformation swirling online. Fact checked. So here they go with the fact check and stuff again. Matter of fact, like I'm saying though, a lot of them might seem like they're coming from good places, saying we shouldn't talk about the vaccine because we can convince somebody not to get it and they're gonna end up dying. They might be coming from a good place, but they listening to these fact checking people, and we trying to show y'all like these people were saying they was fact checking stuff talking about Muammar Gaddafi and all that, and we fact checked it and showed them that they was lying about it. They was fact checking stuff talking about that it wasn't no metal in the vaccine and all that. And we fact checked it. Matter of fact, we didn't even fact check it. Japan fact checked it. Not even fact checked it, but did what they were supposed to do. Looked through them and seen that, damn, why is this stainless steel in these vaccines? So these people running around fact checking everything. And y'all gonna listen to them because they so-called supposed to be the experts, right? And y'all want us to shut up about it, but they constantly showing how they wrong about it, even with the way they sent, like I was saying the other day, man, with the masks, the Dr. Fauci dude, man, wear 3 masks, don't wear none, wear 1, don't wear none, no. They keep going back and forth about it. So whatever, like I said, some of us can see through it so we can see this for what it is. All right. But either way, I'm going through this, and dude lists 10 reasons. He fact checked it, 10 reasons about the COVID vaccine and all this stuff. He talking about the COVID-19 vaccines do not work. Damn, when I said I wanted to stop talking about this, I keep talking on and on about it. I think this would be one of my, I don't even know how to start talking about this anyways. I was talking about Lori Lightfoot and stuff running the city. But either way, though, I did post that stuff on Twitter about the Caucasian dude, the Cole Beasley, the NFL player, talking about the vaccine and all that. So that's why I'm talking about this. But this will be probably one of my last times talking about it, though, because I don't want to just be sitting up here talking about this all day, every day. People really should get it by now, especially with the last video I put out. And they probably going to take that down real soon. So if not, this whole channel, because that's probably going to be my second strike. I don't know how to work. If it's 2 strikes or 3 strikes, they take their stuff off. But I know they didn't took my, matter of fact, that might, I don't know, whatever though. But Either way, like I was saying, you go through all this. Like I said, I told y'all this before, but anyway, I just want to show y'all again because all of them doing the same thing. You can't say nothing about it. You can only say something for it. And then when they politicize it like this, it really makes you become skeptical. Like, damn, like that's like saying you should only buy a Chevy. You should never get in a Ford. And then people who start getting the Chevy start dying. Then people with a Ford, some of them gonna die too. With just one day, a lot of people just suddenly died in these Chevys. People gonna be like, damn, these people don't know what they're talking about. So it's really stupid for them to do what they're doing, to be honest. But either way, though, let me keep going what I was saying though. Number one, with the fact checking stuff he was talking about, he said the COVID-19 vaccines do not work. Fact check, they do, blah, blah, blah. So he go through 10 reasons of why people mainly don't want to get it. He said they won't properly develop, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, he go through 10 of these reasons. Like I told y'all before, on all 10 of these reasons he listed, he ain't never said nothing about the mark of the beast. He went through 10 reasons. The 10th reason says the COVID-19 vaccines can shed to affect unvaccinated people. Then, of course, he said, fact, they do not. So they come in with their little facts like, aha, he's lying, like kind of like that. And they don't even realize how stupid they making themselves look. Like I keep saying, he would have said all these 10 facts and he ain't said nothing about the mark of the beast. I don't know if vaccine is going to shed and they're going to affect unvaccinated people. For reason number 9, he said they're going to stunt for fertility and disrupt pregnancies. Now, that is one of the reasons I think they developed it. Like I said, that was Margaret Sanger whole idea. And she was in bed with the Rockefellers and all that. And now we see how deep the Rockefellers are with Bill Gates and just the whole thing altogether. But his reason number 9 said that the vaccines going to stunt fertility and disrupt pregnancies. And that's that is one of the reasons I think so. He fact checked it. He said it's not true. But either way, like I said on my Twitter, anyway, like I showed y'all that Joy Reid lady, she was talking about the coronavirus is causing fertility problems and not the vaccines. Like, of course they gonna say that. You can't say nothing bad about it. So why would she come out and even admit the truth? But you know, like I'm saying though, with all 10 of these reasons that this dude came up talking about this COVID-19 vaccine, he ain't said none about the mark of the beast. So that's just what I'm saying though. These people coming up here trying to fact check all this stuff, but they not really fact checking it though, because some of the stuff they just saying, they just straight out lying. Like I said, they said it ain't even contain metal in it, and then Japan showed us that it did. And then they came out and said, well, all this stuff they saying. But like I'm saying though, with all these reasons they gonna constantly keep naming, they not gonna talk about the mark of the beast. They not trying to get religious in this. They're not trying to get spiritual. They don't want to go really deep in this. So all they can do is keep coming up with lies about the science says this. Yeah, the science gonna say that, but we also know that science allowing men to become women nowadays. And as a matter of fact, go read Jeremiah 51:30. Jeremiah 51:30 prophesied this already. The men, it wasn't talking about daughter Babylon or daughter Jerusalem and all that, which will be us in America right now. Because whenever the Bible is talking about daughter Israel or the sons of Israel, daughter Virgin Israel, daughter Zion, all that, it's talking about us. We were Jeremiah 51:30 wasn't talking about Babylon, but you got to remember in Ecclesiastes, I think it was Ecclesiastes. Damn, I forgot. It might have been Ecclesiastes or Ephesians. I think it's one of them with an E. But either way, though, it might actually be Proverbs. But in the Bible, it says that there's nothing new under the sun, and that everything that happened must happen again. So when God is talking about Babylon in the Bible, Babylon is going to be the same Babylon of old, pretty much. That's why God says, escape out of Sodom and Egypt. He's not talking about Egypt. He's talking about spiritual Egypt. Like, as a matter of fact, if you go read Exodus 22, or I think it's Exodus 20, verse 2, God clearly describes Egypt as the land of slavery. So when he's talking about Egypt, he's talking about the land of slavery. And remember, I told y'all that America got rich off slavery. And now that slavery has been outlawed, America ain't rich no more. They going broke. See what I'm saying? So America got to oppress people to stay on top. Look at what they did in Afghanistan. They had to go blow them up and take their oil so they can keep this money a little bit afloat. And now look, what they back in the same situation. So who they finna kill for this money now? Damn. Look at what they doing with these injections. But either way, though, then what was I even finna get to? Oh, yeah, matter of fact, I ain't even get to the other article I was finna read because I stopped and got to this. But I just want to show y'all that. I'm going to get back to this article, though, talking about Kyrie Irving, because it's one I want to show y'all, this little part of him. I can't believe that it's bold and stupid to even put something in this like this. But, matter of fact, I looked up, and it's actually a black dude who wrote this article. And remember, like I told y'all, I'm talking about Margaret Sanger. She already laid out I can even stop talking about her because we don't even really need to keep mentioning her, to know that Caucasians will use division and conquest to achieve a goal. Remember what I told y'all? What they went in Africa and did. They came over here and did to the Indians. And then what they went over to China and tried to do to the Chinese. So we already know that they'll do that. But like I was saying though, a black dude wrote this article, and I was kind of surprised that he would be this boldly and just ignorant of what he was saying. But I'm trying to go to what he said though, because it's actually highlighted in blue, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. He was talking about, hold on, I think I just seen it. Let me just search the page. Then what was that word he used? I think he said wreck. Yep. It's highlighted in blue. Remember, this is a Daily Dot article talking about Kyrie Irving. But I'm going to just read this little paragraph right here. He says, do I even need to read all this? Let me just start. I'm going to start in the middle of this paragraph. I'm going to start at many. He says, many players are routinely given medicines that will have them running through walls, then eventually wreck their internal organs. So basically, at this point, what he was trying to say, he was trying to make a point that like these athletes trying to get so woke about what they put in their bodies and all this stuff, but the whole time they been getting stuff put in their bodies that's going to wreck their internal organs. That's what this dude said right in this article. So let me read that again. He said, many players are routinely given medicines that will have them running through walls, then eventually wreck their internal organs. So he's trying to say that because they already taking stuff that's going to kill them, he shouldn't mind taking this that can possibly kill him too. And either way, though, what he was saying, though, I clicked on that word because, like I said, they got that word wreck highlighted in blue, and it's a link you can click on. So I clicked on the link, and it led to a download. And what the download led to was this right here. This is what he was talking about, the medicine that wrecks their body or whatever. It's stuff called Toradol or Toradol, however you want to pronounce it. I mean, he kind of right, though, because as soon as I opened the link, they ain't got number warnings up here. They talking about gastrointestinal risk, cardiovascular risk, renal risk of bleeding, risk during labor and delivery, concomitant use with NSAIDs, special populations. So as soon as you open this Toradol little medicine, the facts about it and all that, all they talking about is the risk of taking this medicine. And it's a lot. Like I said, they talk about gastrointestinal, cardiovascular, renal, so risk of bleeding, all this stuff. So he kind of right, though. Like, they have been putting stuff in their bodies. And if this is some of the stuff they've been putting in their bodies, then damn. I mean, that's crazy. But either way, though, like I said, he was bold to even say something like that, though. He trying to say that just because they taking this stuff, they can stop their heart and mess with their stomach and all this stuff, that they shouldn't mind taking a little vaccine that could probably do something else to them. So he trying to make it seem like they selfish because they finally trying to see, like, hold on, they finally starting to ask questions like, what is this? I always been the type, like, I don't always ask questions, but I'm always at least thinking, like, damn, like, what is this? Like, when I went to the hospitals and stuff, like, how I know he ain't finna put something on my body that's finna kill me, something like that. Sometimes I ask questions, sometimes I don't. I mean, it depends on the doctor, really. I mean, really, it don't, because now I'm realizing as I'm older, this is Babylon. So like I'm saying, like, for all these people that want to come in America, black people shouldn't be mad about that, because look at where America is headed. Like, America looks good and look like it's growing and growing. And it might for a few more years, probably for a few more decades, whatever. I mean, I can't call it. It's going to be God's call. But like I said, just look at the value of the money system and what they have to do to keep this money relevant. They got to enslave people and they got to go bomb people to keep their dollar relevant. Remember, when they went over there, what they started doing with that money, they paired it with something called the petrodollar. See what I'm saying? So they went over there, start killing them, and they start taking control of their oil reserves. And they start telling people, like, well, you can get this oil, but, you know, it comes to American money now. See what I'm saying? So they got to enslave and blow people up to keep this dollar relevant. So either way, though, like I'm saying, though, dude was, I just read that whole article pretty much. I ain't read like the last 2 paragraphs because by that point, I already knew. Like I said, they obvious. They say the same stuff over and over again. So I already knew what he was going. And it's that bad when I can know what you about to say for the rest of your article, and that article was long as hell. See what I'm saying? But either way, though, I was saying, though, you know, dude even bold to even say something like that. Like, why do you care what's being put in your body when you already put dangerous stuff in your body? And so not only is he admitting that they have put something dangerous in your body, with this vaccine, he admitted that they already been doing it. So why wouldn't they continue to do it? Especially like I keep saying, when Donald Trump was the president, who would trust him to take some medicine? As a matter of fact, when he first came out, he was against it, but he was going to eventually transition into it, like I said. But still, though, with just the whole thing being popped off while Donald Trump was the president, y'all don't think he would put a virus in the air to affect people? Come on, man. Like, and the whole thing what he was trying to do was go to war with China and all that stuff. So how convenient of him to turn around and blame it on them. But I don't know. I'll be seeing a lot of stuff people be talking about that Dr. Fauci dude was over there in the Wuhan lab. I mean, it's proof out there. You can go to the CDC, not the CDC, but I think it's something called the NIH or something like that. You can go to these sites and see that Dr. Fauci really was, like in 2012, over in China, working with them in that Wuhan lab. So for people to think that America could possibly have nothing to do with this and this all on China, y'all, I don't know what to say. Like I said, they already been blowing people up for their oil and enslaving people to push their agenda to make America great and then make America great again. So I shouldn't have to say nothing else about that. But either way, though, I'm done with this. I really just want to get on that, though, because I just read that article and I couldn't believe. At first, I thought it was a Caucasian writing that article. And then I had to go look at the name, because sometimes if I'm reading something and it's getting real stupid, I got to see like who wrote this. Like, I can't believe they did this bold to put something like this out there with their name on it. But I went up and it was actually a black dude from Kansas City who wrote this. And what was I gonna say? Yes, I'm done with this article pretty much. Like I said, I ain't even read the last of it, but like I said, I ain't even had to, because I already knew what these people, whoever the experts, were gonna say. They all saying the same thing. But either way, though, I think I'm done with that, though. I think I was about to say something else, but it really wasn't important, though. But I started this out, though, talking about the 61-year-old man that got killed by the police. And I kind of want to say it was a mistake. Like, they probably could have really feared for their life if he had a knife in his hand. But at the same time, like I'm saying, I know how they, like, I made it, matter of fact, when I was living with my mama, I told y'all that there's people in prison shaking people all the time. They not up in there shooting them, so they know how to defuse situations when they want to. So, like I said, they unfortunately they allowed to shoot people. If you walk up to the police swinging a water bottle in your hand, they'll probably kill you and say that you had a weapon. They ain't know what it could do to them. See what I'm saying? So with a knife, of course, they'll probably be like, yeah, he was probably gonna stab me. Da da da. So unfortunately, like they probably could use this case and say we feared for our lives for real. But like I'm saying, when there's people in prison shanking people and all that, they not shooting them and all that. So I really want to, like I said, I wasn't planning on getting on here, but once I seen that last video, it was a video that WGN put out. They was talking about pretty much the rest of the details of this case, because this happened at 7:30 in the morning. So they just came out with another video about an hour ago saying what happened and all that. And so I'm like, damn, I probably spoke too soon about this. But like I keep saying, I probably didn't. Because like I keep saying, people out there with knives get detained all the time in prison and outside of prison if they the right skin color. So I don't really know how to feel about that. I feel like it's wrong, period. And as a matter of fact, I want to talk about this too. And I don't even mean to take this and flip this on myself. But I remember when I was in Kansas City, and I used to call the police on my son's mama a lot. Not really call the police on her, but we used to fight a lot. Not really fight, because I never really put my hands on her. Like, it was one time I pushed her because she was like being extra. I was trying to leave out the house and she was scratching me and all that stuff. I was trying to get off me. And so she kept doing it. I pushed her. I guess her head hit the floor or something. She had a black eye. Then I think that was about it, though. The only time we really got physical. Normally it was just her hitting on me and I'm just in there taking it like whatever. But either way, though, like I'm saying, when I used to live out there in Kansas City, living with her and stuff, a lot of times we used to be in there arguing and stuff, and the neighbors are always call the police. Like, they used to always call the police on us. It was getting to the point that the landlord people was sending me a letter. They was like, if we hear anything else, like, we don't care if y'all go to jail or not, y'all getting kicked out. And so what started happening was, like, when we get into them arguments where I knew the neighbors was gonna call the police, I just call them first. Like, look, we in here arguing, and I know the neighbors finna call y'all and say we in here fighting, but ain't nobody putting their hands on each other. I give y'all her number. Y'all can call if y'all want to. Y'all can even hear her still screaming right now, talking about this and that. The neighbors gonna call and say we fight, but we ain't fighting. So I just call the police first, because I know the neighbors gonna call them. I just let them know what's going on. And sometimes they'll come out and sometimes they wouldn't. So just looking at a case like this, I'm thinking like I said, I ain't even trying to make this about me, even validate myself, because actually in that case, the little boy called the police. So So it's just what I'm saying. The 7-year-old son called the police. So he probably just called them saying they in here fighting and all this stuff. And then the police ain't know what to, you know what I'm saying? I don't even like taking up for the police, but they probably really didn't even know what to expect when they showed up. They didn't know if he had a gun or whatever, a knife. Since they can use that as an excuse, they ain't know what they was running into. So the fact that he did call the police, the little boy, and say what was going on, the police probably like, damn, it's a kid in here, and we don't know what's going on. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I probably spoke a little bit too soon on this one, but that's what I'm saying. Though, going back to my case, living in Kansas City, I think a reason a lot of people don't want to mess with me is they're like, oh, damn, how this nigga be calling the police on this baby mama? No. I think I was being smart with it for real. Like, I was out there by myself pretty much, working 2 jobs and all this finna get put out because I got to come home and argue. And so basically, like I said, I was just calling them first, let them know, like, the neighbors finna call y'all, say we in here fighting, but I ain't put my hands on it. Yeah, we making a lot of noise, but that's just all it is noise. And sometimes I'll leave before they even come. And sometimes I just stay there. And like I said, sometimes they come and sometimes they won't. But if they come, you know, I just let them know before they come open. Like, I'm gonna have my hands up when I open the door. I ain't put my hands on it, nothing like that. I'm the one that called y'all. So don't come in here on that BS. Cause like in this case right here, I know the police will come in 9 times out of 10, they gonna think that the man is the aggressor and they gonna end up taking the man in jail, or in this case, probably killing them, like they do in a lot of cases. We all know a case with a couple been fighting and the man wasn't even in the wrong, but the police came up and still took care of the man anyway, beat him up, took him to jail and all that stuff. And he was really trying to get away from the situation. So I just ain't never want to be in a situation like that. So like I'm saying, like I know probably a lot of people probably want to mess with me because of situations like that, but that's just really the reason why I was doing it. Because I ain't never want the neighbors to call or nothing like that. And for one, get evicted. And then for two, they called and said we fighting. The police already show up ready to just use force, deadly or not, just to get rid of me because they think I'm probably in here being the aggressor or whatever. So just looking at a case like this, you know, I'm just, like I said, I probably spoke a little bit too soon on it, but I don't think I did though, because like I said, they know how to detain people with knives. And if this was a 61-year-old man and he looked 61 years old, like I said, a lot of people starting to look younger these days, but if he looked like he was a senior citizen or an elderly man, then they definitely could have, you know, grabbed his arm and took the knife or whatever. See what I'm saying? So, but either way though, I don't want to talk about it too much because, like I said, they said they got the body cam or whatever, and we already know when they in the right, they're gonna be quick to release that body cam. But when they wrong about something, they might release it years or months down the line or whatever. So they can probably edit the footage or whatever they gonna do to make themselves look not guilty or whatever. So I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. Maybe I made an assumption about it, but I'm pretty sure somebody gonna be like, "Damn, why is my 61-year-old grandfather, daddy, cousin, or whoever dead when he wasn't even a problem?" So. And even if he want the problem, I still don't think they should have killed the lady either if it was just a knife involved, especially since it was a kid there. And especially, I mean, they probably wouldn't know if she had mental illnesses in the past, but because since she did, that's just what I'm saying though. You never really know what a person is going through. So I don't think they should have killed neither one of them, to be honest. So I don't know. That's just how I'm gonna end this video. If I spoke too soon, making an assumption about something, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know you can't really delete nothing nowadays because everybody be seeing what you be saying and all this stuff. And I don't really want to delete nothing because I really do like getting to the bottom of things. If I'm right about something, let me be right. And if I'm wrong, let me learn so that I can be right. So this is how I feel about it. And with that, I'm going to end this video. I ain't going to really, like I said, I ain't going to be talking about the Bible today. I'm still in the books that I told you I was in the other day. But I ain't read nothing really new that I ain't knew before that I think I need to tell y'all about. So, like I said, I ain't gonna be getting in the Bible today, but that's just my thought about that, the things that's going on in the community and all that. So with that, I'm gonna end this video.